superhero. I'm gonna go now. If I have, I'm gonna say Wolverine. Wolverine is he's just awesome, man.
Oh, they
He
said
doesn't
Walgreens.
cut his Wolverine. No, Wolverine. He have the long fingernail. It's like a get. Yeah, but a long night, and he cannot die. He's like what's the word? Invulnerable. In I don't know. He's in. You cannot kill him. He's made out of aluminum foil, adamantium on adamantium. He's good. He's the strongest guy. Superhero.
All right, you gotta if just
Yeah.
get.
What
E,
you?
come on, man, help me
What's
out.
the money? You don't like You don't
I'm
like you
sorry,
don't
sir.
like Wolverine.
I'm sorry, I'm
You don't
sorry.
like
Oh
Wolverine.
my. Come on. Yo, 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 what's good? Man, I can't believe it. We're down at episode 10 with me, E, aka Sticky Fresh. If you ain't following me, go ahead and do so. And I got Raymond. Raymond, man, let them know what we got going down.
What's up, man? So we've been talking about. Yeah, we did a little bit of chopping it up before this actual show started. So I'm pretty fresh and into this right now. I'm very excited. I've been talking about this for a little bit of time, dropping little hints along the way in our previous episodes. But tonight, for our 10th episode, it's been a little over 2 months and we've been doing What's Good. And with Cold Rest Media, we wanted to hit you with something pretty dope. We wanted to hit you with something big. And I believe we're coming through tonight. I don't know if you recognize this person right below me right here, but he's one of the funniest content creators as far as there's a specific, I guess you want to call it niche. There's a specific type of content that he's putting out there. And he's definitely repping it. The thing that sets him aside, and I was thinking about this, is like I know like 2 or 3 other people that actually put similar type of content, but the one that sets him aside for me, the one that cracks me up the most is because he's probably the most bustless, the most X-rated. So give it up for Dennis, aka Bong Robbie.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I'm Bong, James Mong Joby.
Yo, Martes, it's not banana time. Your mom is still here. I'm sorry, mom, sir. She have aphrodisiac. She's horny.
What's up, bro?
What's up, brother? Hey.
Hello. What's up? What's going on?
What's going on, bro? Thanks for joining us, man.
You got the clap in the background. That's how excited we are for this episode.
So what's going on, bro? Dennis. So from Vallejo, is it still Vallejo? Or are you like
Yeah,
up the street now?
yeah, let's say Vallejo, because I live in American Canyon, which is like 2 minutes away from Vallejo. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a super smaller city, fairly new, but everybody from Vallejo moved to American Canyon. So American Canyon is like Vallejo Part 2.
Is that
I don't know.
the gentrification of everything? Is that what happened? Did they hit you up with the G?
No, I don't know. It's not necessarily that. I think it's just more everybody just wanted a fresh start, and I guess whenever it was time to, I don't know if it's the housing market, the whatever. It just seemed like everybody that lived in Vallejo ended up moving to American Canyon, and then now everybody in Vallejo. It seems like American Canyon is just uh,
That's
everybody
the
in
new
Vallejo
spot.
lives. Yeah, exactly.
So everybody, as in, man, because when I first heard, like when I was younger, I didn't know much about Cali itself, and like I came from PI when I was like 6, 7 years old, and I didn't know much about it, and I started hearing about Cali, this, and that's where all the Filipinos are, and I heard Vallejo was the spot. It was Vallejo, it was Daly City, and it was San Diego, and it's just like, okay, that's where it's at. So, and I've seen all of them. I actually haven't been to Vallejo. So, is it all the Pinoys moving out to to the spots where you're at now?
It's not. yeah, I guess there's a lot of Filipinos out here, but it's not just Filipinos. It's just like I was saying, like I guess Vallejo was it got to the point where like, all right, it's a little not as safe, or it's just
Mm,
it's I don't know, it's a fresh start, I guess. I
that's
don't know
cool.
why it ended up like that. It has to do with the economy, I'm assuming, but yeah, Vallejo, American Canyon is super duper small, and it just seems like everybody here is Filipino, and
Trust me, man. That's usually how it goes. Like we were off Seattle. Like, weren't you in Seattle also, E? So I
Yeah.
was Seattle. We had to move out because the rent started getting up there. Even if you owned the home, the property value was starting to get up there, and you had to pay the actual property value was the same amount of your mortgage. Started getting crazy.
No, it got hella crazy out here. I mean, just in the past couple of years, actually during the whole pandemic, you've seen what had changed from, regular non-gentrified area to like moving everybody out down south or down north or wherever it is. But no one's here in Seattle anymore. So I kind of get it.
But you've never. So I did a little bit of listening around. I was like, man, we gotta talk. Other than talking to him about his, the most obvious thing that he does, we got to talk to him about some of his background stuff. So we had to do a little bit of digging, and you've been a traveled boy. Like you were
oh,
like when you were younger, it's like, man, you spent
oh
quite a
yeah,
bit of time all over the place. Can you
yeah.
like let's peel back some layers, bro? Let us get to know your younger days and what
So
created this persona now.
background, typical, stereotypical Filipino background, or let's say Phil and background is my dad was in the Navy.
Mm,
So because he was in the Navy, I've been quite a few places before I turned 10. Like I was born in Connecticut, so that's far East Coast. And then I was in Japan for like a majority of the first 10 years of my life. And so I guess like majority of my childhood was in Japan, and then
Japan.
Japan, like yeah,
Yeah.
Japan, like and then he got transferred or stationed out here in California in the Bay Area, and I've been here ever since. That was when '89 is when I came out to the Bay, and I've been out in the Bay
In the
since
Bay Area.
then. Yeah,
What do you remember from Japan, bro? Like, so how was I'm sure you went to school there, right? For a little bit.
yeah,
What's that
yeah.
like?
I was
Hey guys, thanks for checking out the episode with Mr. Dennis Barcelon. I hope you enjoy the show. Make sure you stay a little bit later on in the episode itself because we actually do have an exclusive interview with Mr. Bong Jovi. But before then, just make sure you like and subscribe. We got a few more things coming at you. We do have a giveaway coming soon if we hit 1,000 subscribers. We'll post a little bit more of that soon in IG. But once again, thank you again. Enjoy the show.
so school is pretty much the same thing as it would be out here in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
because he was in the military, so all of it we're on a naval or a
Oh.
military base. So
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
so
I
we
was gonna
got
say like you're saying it's the same. I'm like, no.
no, not like that. So like like the base that I lived on, there I think we only had an elementary school. So if I
Okay.
had stayed there when I got and went to school when I got to like middle school, junior high, whatever, then we'd have to hop on a bus, go to a whole nother base where they would have the middle school and high school.
Oh
So,
shit. Okay.
but I never made it that far. I left when I was 9.
But
So
were you guys
okay.
mainly on the base though, or did you get a
yeah,
chance to actually do a little bit
yeah,
exploring of Japan?
yeah, we did. From my earliest memory was, let's see, like when I first moved out there, I think I was like 4 or 5, and for the first year, if I remember correctly, we
This is
lived
crazy.
off of base, like housing. My assumption is, my dad's in the military, they give him money to,
Mm-hmm.
for whatever. So I think we were renting a house off base, and I was on base majority of the time. But you
Mm-hmm.
could always explore. You could go off base, and with my parents, I guess because we did live off base for a little bit, we were they were able to become familiar with just stuff outside off of base, and we
Nice.
would frequent places like that when well, I didn't drive, but we hop in the car and just wherever they
I don't know what
go.
the driving it.
Yeah,
What's the driving age
wherever-
over in Japan, bro?
I don't know, probably.
I was
12,
thinking Japan a
13.
little advanced, so you might have
Yeah.
been doing all kinds of crazy things out there. It's like,
Yeah,
oh man,
right?
they got scooters
Yeah.
before scooters out there.
Yeah, I could
They have
only
they have the same
imagine.
kind of cartoons though. So I know, like growing up over there, I don't know. You're living with other base kids too, right? So it's like
Yeah.
they still know English and everything. So
Yeah, everybody
it's not
on
like-
base is we. I'm assuming it's a majority of American. I think it's an American military base, but
yeah,
but everybody on there we speaking, even though because we're in Japan, we had like not classes because it was just elementary, but it'd be like an hour or 2 hours every Friday or something. We have like a Japanese culture class, and there'd be like a Japanese teacher, and she teach us about shit about Japanese culture, like fucking. We do origami. We learn about Japanese history.
shit.
Yeah, and it was cool. I don't remember a lot of it, but
all you remember is origami.
yeah, origami. That was the one. How to make ninja
Rolling
stars
sushi.
out of origami, man. And
That's dope. Now
that
So,
was
yo, I'm gonna sit here and make ninja stars all day from this
Yeah.
Japanese history teacher that came in today.
Yeah, exactly. It was like every week is like how you look forward to, like, all right, they're trying to give us some kind of culture and not just be, American and then I think she would teach us like this basic Japanese language, how to say hello, how to say goodbye. I mean, that was about it. It's not like
that was pretty
full on
just
Rosetta
that's the most
Stone.
basic. Like,
Yeah,
where's
yeah.
the bathroom?
Yeah, no, I don't even remember it. It's just a hello and goodbye or thank you.
What is
That's a good
goodbye?
saying, hi and
Hello is
What is-
origato. Is that hello?
That's origami.
Or,
Let's see if my English. Hello,
origato, Mr. Roboto.
that's thank you. That's thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
That's arigato.
Arigato.
is
Yeah,
thank-
arigato.
Yeah, it's thank you. And
Man, Japan.
Is it mushy
But yeah.
mushy?
that is hello. I think I don't know.
Okay.
If
Is it really?
I
Is that
think
the
there's-
slang for hello?
That's
Mushy
how you-
mushy?
That's how you like answer the phone. I don't know about when you see somebody in
I don't.
person.
I thought they were clowning with them. Oh, really? That's how you answer that? I can't be answering. For
Like-
Mushy,
even-
hello.
Like, yeah, even in like Tagalog, like there's a different way to say good morning, good evening, good afternoon, right? I think it's the same thing for them. Like if good morning is like ohayou gozaimasu, or I don't know. But then there's different words.
you sound
Say
official.
good afternoon. Oh yeah, I was, man. I'm out there. I did
So hold
time.
up, man. Here,
Yeah.
I'm a sidebar real quick. So in the Philippines, there was like, why do we answer the phone hello? Why don't we have our thing? Like, there's no answering the phone with like, oh, I know, or it's not like, it's nothing,
you're right.
It's just it's just hello.
Isn't it kamusta? Kamusta? Oh,
No, but you don't
kamusta.
answer the phone. Kumusta?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
how are you, right? That's how are you.
Yeah,
hello.
that is, yeah.
With
It is-
your
it is-
most.
It's because let's see. It's because the
you gotta
American
answer for
culture.
this?
No, I don't know. I'm
We're
assuming-
Americanized. We're Westernized. Yeah, they
Well, I
got
mean,
you.
like they occupied us for after World War. They were there for quite some time. So
Yeah, when
maybe that I don't know what it was before then. If that
Yeah,
would it, yeah.
did we have phones before the war? Because we gotta have answered it without hello. I don't even know how
I
you
know.
would answer.
I don't
it.
know. Yeah.
It's like,
I'd have to- Yeah.
Okay. Connecticut, Japan,
Yeah.
right? Connecticut, Japan, and then Cali
Yeah.
in the Bay.
Yeah, and then there was a year. I think I told you this. I think I might have told you. There was a year where I spent in Guam. Like
No,
because
did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, because my dad, like I said, my dad's in the Navy, so he was on a ship. The ship that he was on shipped him off to Guam, and he was I guess the boat was like docked in Guam for a year. And so when he was docked out there, he brought his whole family with him, and we were out in Guam for a year. So it was like, I don't know. I can't even remember too much about Guam except that it was hot and there were palm trees and
Almost
but
like
I live
Hawaii / Philippines kind of.
Yep. But
Yeah, it's like it's a more chill type. I don't even know. It's a little bit more provincial.
Yes.
right? Bichian province.
Yep.
But so you're there for a year, and then did you go back to Japan, or
Japan.
just go to Japan for
Straight
that? Okay,
Japan. Yeah. And then
okay. So
the
Cali.
cartoons. Oh, Cali. Okay.
Oh, the cartoons. Go cartoons.
Oh yeah, cartoons. So that's one thing that was weird because everything on TV was all the channels except for one was Japanese, and the one channel was the military
Just
the American
propaganda.
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about Japanese war right here. We're gonna let you guys know what's going on.
Yeah.
Nah.
So it was like a military channel, American channel. How do I say this? So I'm assuming the military broadcasted it, but it had American programming. So
Okay.
whatever they had out here, we would have in Japan. So like but you couldn't. If you're trying to watch American shit or English speaking, like the daytime soaps, they'd be on the One Life to Lives and all that shit, and then the soap operas, the stay at home moms. Yeah, General Hospital. That's what my mom used to watch.
Bro, but in the PI, so PI got their TV shows also that were American TV shows, but they'd get them like 5 to 10 years later. But you guys were getting them kind of live, So it was last year his Price is Right, or it was like it's 2 months ago his Price is Right, or Bob Barker still had a little bit of brown.
I think it was live, but it would be weird, right? Like here, like a football game or a basketball game would be like in the afternoon. But I'm like, if you want to watch that shit, like early. It's early.
It was
in the
Super Bowl
morning,
a couple years ago,
or like hella late at night type of shit. But yeah, it was weird because like then we start watching Japanese cartoons, not understanding anything that they were saying, but we were really into it. They had I just saw a documentary recently about the Power Rangers. So like the Power Rangers were in Japan for like longest, like in the 80s, and the dude that brought it to the US, like I guess he was some kind of like a musician, and he was in Japan touring, and he was watching TV and in Japan and saw like a Power Ranger show, and he was like, oh, this would be cool to like develop into like an American show. So it was weird because I was watching that version of the Power Rangers in the 80s, but everything was in Japanese. Like the characters were in Japanese, and basically they were saying when they made it, they brought it to the US, they used all the fucking like action scenes when everybody was like dressed up in the suits, because you didn't have to reshoot that shit. It was just old footage. And like you're saying, right? Like, you're saying like Japan had the old American shit. Yeah. So the US was getting old Japanese shit, and they became the Power Rangers. They just recasted the scenes when the people. Yeah. So it was crazy.
Was it gender accurate? Was like
there
was
the
Blue Rangers? Okay.
I mean, like the
like
Yellow
the
Ranger was Asian, right? Yeah. So the voiceover, you can voice over all that shit because they were masks, right? You can't see their mouths moving or anything. It's just when they weren't in the costumes, then that's when you needed people to speak. Yeah. So did
they have
Power Rangers?
Like it wasn't Voltron. It was like
they had Voltus 5.
Voltus 5, right?
Voltus 5, and then
did they have that? Because I know PI had Voltus 5, but then Voltron also like that was a big one down there too.
Yeah, they even had like shit like Transformers, but it was the robots talking in Japanese. Yeah, like I don't know what they're saying, but you see Optimus Prime was like, oh, I know him, but he's speaking in Japanese now. So that was a unique childhood.
That's wild, bro.
Because the only time I could watch American shows was on that one channel, and they wouldn't, it would only be like a certain part of the day, and then like Saturday morning it'd be like a couple hours, and then it'd go back to whatever the other shit was. But yeah, we got some kind of, like you said, probably
that's the entertainment for the children over there. That's good.
Yeah, but it was a unique experience to
like in your childhood experience. Yeah, I mean,
it's
like up until, so I think you said you were like 4 when you were there, and then you moved. So I think you're 12, 13 when you moved back to LA.
I was
Vallejo?
The Bay. I was 9 when I came out to the Bay. So I
Oh,
want to say
shit.
I was out there for maybe, I don't know, 9 years, give
Okay.
or take. Yeah.
That's a while.
Some
9 years.
yeah,
That's a
yeah.
lot.
But it was like, one base, then we moved to Guam, came back to another base, and then yeah, I want to say basically I was there for the majority of the 80s until
Okay.
80, yeah.
So 89, let's see,
Yep.
89, you moved to the Bay.
Yep.
And so I want to ask you because one of our homeboys actually he was from PI, and I'm talking about Martin E. And we were
Oh yeah,
talking to
yeah.
him, and he came here when he was, I think he was what, 10, 12 or something like that.
Yeah, so it was a little later. So he was almost like fresh off the boat when, as a
Yeah.
teenager. Yeah.
And he went straight to Cali. I think it was LA. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, when you're from PI, you know about that life. And then when you end up in Cali in those times, I mean, we know early 90s, it was pretty hardcore back then, especially in the Bay. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
what were you like early in those days? Who was Dennis back then? Was he a little break dancer? Was he a little
Uh,
gang or affiliated?
a little gang. Oh, let's see. What was
Gang? Got
I
a bun
tried to
thing?
break I tried the break dance, but them moves was complicated. My go to was probably the backspin, knee spin,
Hey.
some strutting, but I think I could never do any of them freaking flares, head spins for like a second. So never got into that. The gang thing, it's around you. You're
Yeah.
affiliated, and then you start listening to gangster rap music, and you think you're
Mhm.
even more gangster. But nah, I never. I mean, I had friends, I knew them, but I wasn't. I don't know. I'm who
You were
was I?
safe.
I was
Were you safe?
just a
You were with the
yeah,
safe
probably.
kids?
I was just a nerd, I guess.
Yeah.
Just me.
So you talked about
Yeah.
your music, right? And like how you say it was like gangster influence back in the day. Like what kind of music was that? What that you were listening to make you into the in crowd?
So we're in the Bay, so a lot of the Bay Area rap scene that was I was out here. Obviously, we're in Cali, so you get the
Yeah, bro.
NWAs, the Dr. Dre's, eventually
Mhm.
Snoop Dogg,
That's the
but
hub.
early on, like
The-
when I yeah, like early on, like I through school and the classmates, like Mac Dre, he lives right
Mhm.
around. Well, like he was right up. That's a hometown guy, or like E40, like home, like in Vallejo, like they live. I don't know at the time if they were living in Vallejo, but that's what they claimed, that's what they represented, and so to know that there was a big music scene in the city that I was living in, it was cool. So you got that, and just the Bay Area in general, like San Francisco had their rappers. Too Short was from Oakland, so that was the influence. And listen to
Mm.
that music and not being able to play that in front of your parents because they're
Yeah, they
Boston
wouldn't
or
understand. Yeah, like oh, what is
yeah,
this?
like yeah. What is that? The demos music. Turn it off. They're saying
Yeah.
like I think my mom. When you get to that age, like middle school, junior high, and I'm listening to that. My mom would always say, like, "Why you listen to this music? All they're saying is F this, F that, F." Like, that's not music. That's bad word or some shit like that. But yeah, that's the music that made me feel like I was gang
You
gang.
got
That you
your
were
thing, gang.
you were contributing to the culture, the Bay Area culture. The Bay had their own culture, man. Like when I went down there, it was that I was actually, so I used to be boy back in the days after all that gang situation here up in Seattle. We b-boy and then like paid a lot of visits over there in the Bay Area, like Daly City, that particular area, right? Mission Geneva is where my homeboy was actually living at. So I spent a little bit of time there, but just to be in them, it was just amazing to be in the mix because you had a lot of hip hop heads over there. Of course, you've had in the community, the hip hop community over there, or even just the Bay Area community when it comes to music and culture itself, bro. You guys are just so thick. And like I remember, I went
Yeah.
to a barbecue right there, like it went around the Mission area, and I didn't know it was me
Mhm.
and my homeboy, and we pulled up in the backyard, and there it was freaking Qbert. Qbert was DJ in the back, just kind of messing around a little bit, and you had freaking I forget what's his name was. A couple dudes from Far Side was there, and I was like, "What the hell is this, man?" I'm sitting here fanboying, and it's just some backyard party, and they're just
Yeah.
talking, and just drinking 40s and shit, and I was like, "God damn, the young is crazy."
Drinking
We took the
40s?
BART to City Nights, and that was it, man.
The bar to City Nights.
Dude, I remember all that
That's a-
stuff, man. I was like, oh shit.
Because it was
That's a-
traumatizing, man.
Yeah.
It was like
That's a
it was
rite
2
of
o'clock in the
passage.
morning.
Yeah.
It was-
That's-
Oh,
bro,
shit.
I was
City
on.
Nights
I
is a
was
rite of
on.
passage.
It is. We took the bus back. What I remember, we went to a club, right? And it was one of the saddest things I've actually seen. What's his name from? Shock G. So we went to a club, right? It was a little sidewall club, and the dance floor was empty except for one dude, and my homeboy was like, check it out, and I was like, oh shit, it's Shock G, out of like drunk or high off his mind, just looking at the blue light, just dancing by himself in this abandoned place.
Crazy.
And I was
That's
like,
crazy.
yo, man, this is the wildest and saddest thing I've ever seen. We got to run. Because so we took the bus, hopped on a bus. As soon as we hopped on the bus, I'm sitting there. The bus is empty, and this dude comes on, starts mobbing towards me and my homeboy, grabs the freaking rail and just stands in front of us the whole time like this. And he's just right here. I'm like, what is going on with
And the
this
whole
place?
bus was empty.
bus is
And,
empty.
and you're
I was
all
like,
you guys are the only ones on the bus, and he's right next.
yeah.
To you.
And
Yeah.
guess what? I was like,
yeah, you can stand
out of
in
all
front
the
of
places, I was like, where the hell am I? But I was like, yo, I guess this is the bay, man. I'm with it, whatever. Just as long as this dude don't start tripping.
Yeah. I can't
So
say
that was the stomping grounds, man.
I can't say that I've ever experienced that part of the Bay. Being on a bus that late with just 3 people on the bus, and the one
Because you
person
have
you don't
homies,
know.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got homies to
you're
drive you around, or at least
Yeah,
for you to
or
sleep over.
we
at
drive.
least.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
that's
were homeless
crazy.
for a minute. Yeah. So that's where a lot of the influence, and so I saw a lot of your, like, even before you started transitioning into your current content. Before, I mean, so your IG account is called XL since 2003. Is that correct?
That is
XL.
correct.
So, and you have music out there. So
Yeah.
what were you doing before? You were pretty sick. I heard some of the music, man. I was like, okay.
So yeah, that's how. So the page, the IG page that I have now, I never had social media, like my own shit, because I was a part of a rap group. It was me, my brother, and my cousin. And when we started doing the rap thing,
Okay.
we had an IG page, we had a MySpace with MySpace is popping, we had a Facebook, and I never made my own personal one. Like my brother and my cousin, they had their own personal pages, but I would just piggyback and just use our music page to just go stalk other chicks and people that were on social media, because it's not mine. They think it's just a group or whatever, even though I'm active on there, or I was a part of the group. So yeah, we were doing the music thing for quite some time, and again, I think that might just be growing up in the Bay and thinking you could rap, and you rap once, and then someone says, "Hey man, you could rap," and he's like, "Shit, I could rap." So then I start rapping,
nah, bro, like y'all, like you have that mentality and that confidence. Like, I mean, when you have Filipino rappers from the Bay, and when you listen to it, it's the Bay sound, like Pilo and them guys. So it's like whenever they come through, I'm like, God damn, that's the Bay sound with that beat in the background, that West Coast beat, and a lot of the stuff that you guys run with too. Is it almost seems seamless, and you can hear a little bit of differences in the people and the delivery and everything, but it's Bay sound. So no, you guys' stuff is, I vibe for it. Have you heard it?
No, I haven't. Because when I think about Cali and the Bay and all that stuff, I'm like thinking Pinoy, Interlude, Kai, all the slow jazz stuff. So I'm like,
the R&B,
the R&B stuff. But that's all I know from the Filipino scene. And then when it comes to like rap, it's like the Thiz movement and all that stuff. The Bay Area and stomping and all that shit. So that's what I know and what I hear from what I get from the Bay. But yeah, all the Filipino R&B, man, you know, that shit used to go down. That's what I used to listen to, especially back then when I used to visit my cousin. He's also from Vallejo. He was a little racer too, and like I don't know, it was kind of like a Stevie B kind of beat, but with like
New age stuff.
yeah, new age, and makes you want to go fast and shit. So that's what I remember going down to the bay, man. Like, yeah, we're gonna just go fucking race. It's like, oh shit, we're gonna go race. Now with the band, they're doing like, what is it called? Side shows and shit like that. And motherfuckers going out there going crazy. Yeah, that's when I envisioned the bay. That's what I get from it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But like as far as the music, no, I haven't even heard of it, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy when you say like, you know, like when we were doing music, we listen to everything, but obviously we're from the Bay, so we get a lot. We listen to a lot of it, but at the same time, you listen to like, you know, shit from New York, shit from the South, shit from all of everything. Like it's crazy that the influence or it comes out in, like you're saying, like I could tell that it's from the Bay. Like even though there's like different delivery, different flows, the Bay Area stands out as
Absolutely
where we the sound, I guess, or where we're from.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there's places like
you still doing music? Yeah.
I dabble here and there. It's more so my brother. He's still 100% into it, still pushing music. So it's more like if he has a song, a track, and he needs a verse, and if you he need a verse, I get on it. Or sometimes he'll put it out there, like to me and my cousin, like, hey, I'm doing this song. This is the beat. If you guys want to get on it, feel free to write a verse to it, and we could put it down. But it isn't like before where we're like working together on a song, trying to come up with the hook and just the concept and shit like that. It's just now it's more like a plug and play type of, hey, if you want to get on this, get on the song.
Nice. Is Easy Mill from the Bay? You heard of that kid, right? You just got signed with Eminem.
I think I really don't know. I know he grew up in the Philippines, and then he spent some time out here. I'm gonna say Southern California, like the LA area.
He doesn't got the Bay sound though. I mean, he's got a different sound. He's definitely not Bay sound.
Yeah, I think he might even spend time in Vegas, or maybe he is now. Yeah. But I know he grew up in the Philippines from his Wikipedia, so I don't know if that's 100% true, but yeah, that's all I know.
So let me Google that real quick.
yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
No, that's what a lot of cats, when he got signed, people are like, who is Easy Mill?
Yeah.
Esmill?
Exactly.
Who's Esmill? And then they were like, no, I was vibing with that kid when he was throwing some weird little kitchen videos, and I was like, man, that kid's
nothing Esmill.
Kind of nice. Esmill. Like Infamil. But so we can't escape it anymore. We can't escape it. We can't keep pushing it out. Okay, talk to us about the alter ego, your current project, your current persona. Okay, we were talking about this a little bit before the show. We're taking a look at your IG page. It's like, when was this persona born? Can you talk us through that? Break that down a little bit.
So it started during the pandemic. So COVID
fucked a lot of people up.
That's what we were just talking about too. We're like, man, this had to been during COVID.
Yeah. It was more so like, sheltering in place, not knowing what the fuck is gonna go on. Are we all gonna die tomorrow type of shit? And just being at home a lot and being bored. And I was like, man, I don't know what to do. So I think I posted a video, and people were like, oh, that's funny, you should do some more. I was like, yeah, right. I'll just, but then I don't know. I had nothing to do. You couldn't really go anywhere. You couldn't really travel. You couldn't really hang out. So, I started. I did one, then I started doing. I did another one, then I did another one, did more, and then it just, the reaction from people, it was a good reaction. So there got good feedback. So I decided, like, even the music page was private at first. Like, only people that saw that was the people that were following me. And
Yeah,
and then I was talking to my brother and my cousin, and they were like, "You should just take it off private and let everybody see." It's like, no, I'm
Yeah.
shy. I don't know if they think it's funny and shit. That type of shit.
Were your brother was the because imagine that, bro. You got the music channel was more private with just to push your guys' music and just have you guys
so
on. All of a sudden you're sitting here fucking around like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Imagine them hitting you up like, Dennis, what the hell is this, bro? What's up with the comb over?
Yeah. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what they were the ones that were supporting it. Like, they're like, just because I mean, before that, before I did the videos, even while we were doing music, it was also like, you know, how are we gonna come up with ways to just get our name out there as far as just the music?
Yeah.
So that they were saying like, all right, you know, I was the like the class clown type of, you know, guy in the group and just, you know, hella goofy. And they're like, you should just put this shit out there. Like when YouTube first came out, I was like, put some YouTube shit up. But me being, you know, me or just my worst critic, like, y'all think it's funny, but I don't think anyone else is gonna think it's funny. So it was a lot of that, like just not wanting to do shit because I was not sure of it or just like shy about it. But for the longest, like my brother, my friends, my family's like, you should just put shit out there. You never fucking know. But I was always like, nah, it's not gonna work.
Even the fam was
the
behind
pandemic.
it, huh?
Yeah, but the pandemic was like, fuck it. What do I got to lose now?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
Yeah,
That's dope, bro. I love that story,
that's the
man.
same. That's the same thing like us. Like when we first started, like, oh man, we're too shy to even get on and listen to our own voice, see our own faces on the screen. And then now I'm over here doing reaction vids, like stuff that you're doing. I mean, you're like in a whole bigger scale. I'm still trying to get used to it. Like, okay, what content am I gonna do? But so, man, like that's hella crazy that it took a freaking pandemic to get you going, man. It's wild.
Well, shit, it made you realize, you know, there might not be a tomorrow, so you might as well do this damn thing right now.
Fuck it.
So the family was behind you, right? The family's behind you. So as like you had mentioned, like
they were behind me, but like they were supportive. But I mean, when I actually did it, I didn't tell nobody. The people that the only you know, like my brother, my cousin, and I told, you know, I didn't really tell anybody. It's just if you were following me and you were my friend on social media and you followed the music page, then you started seeing it. And then when I took it off private and made it public, then people that I didn't know or didn't know me but didn't know me like that were like, oh shit, like that now you're putting these I'm seeing these videos, like exactly what you said. What the hell is up with your hair? I just saw you 2 weeks ago. You had no hair. Like, oh, that's a wig. and then you know, and then now I grew my shit out. So
well, shit. I saw that one that you had posted, and the one where you were freaking bald the entire time here, and then like everything was.
Yeah,
is that real?
The Mr. Burns, the Mr. Burns.
Yeah,
was that real?
That was like that's So I would go through these phases, like for the most part, I'm bro. Like super low maintenance, where like I just did the typical shaved head. I don't want to pay for haircuts. I'll just do this shit myself. So that was the easiest way to. I don't know how to fade my own hair, so I'm just gonna shave my head. So I always had a bald head, and then I grew my hair out for like I don't know, like 6 months, and then when I was like, all right, I can't do this shit anymore. Before I cut it off, I did the whole Mr. Burns thing, even to the point where like I left the bang, like one long ass bang, and then just put it underneath the hat, and then like I was out with my with my she's my wife now, but my girlfriend at the time, and then you know like we were just out in the store, and I take my hat off, and she saw like what is this long bang just coming down the side of your head, and you have nothing, and she's like, you're fucking stupid. But yeah, it was that the bang when you were so I'm gonna just be naming stuff off, and for those who are watching and listening right now, y'all gotta peep this. The I don't even want to say maturation or just the transformation of Dennis into Bong and how he's started creating this character. I'm tearing up, laughing inside my head, just remembering what I saw. There was one where you were doing a Travis Scott, and you had him behind you, and you, you had your head back. Was that the bang? Was like a little bush coming? No. No,
was
that
different.
was the wig. That was the wig.
That was the wig,
Oh,
okay.
so you had a
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all gotta peep
So-
out his old stuff. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So the same thing with the hair, like the pandemic, right? Like I was still shaving my head, but I said, like, dude, I'm not going anywhere. Nobody's seeing me. What the fuck I gotta cut my hair for? So after a certain point, I was like, fuck this. I'm just letting it go. Like, what is the point? And then it kind of is around the same time when I started pushing the videos, making more content. So then I kept getting a question like from friends, like, dude, your hair grows really fast. Like, no, that's a wig. But then when it started growing, they were like, damn, your hair is like, dude, is that still a wig? It's like, no, that's my real hair. It's like, what? I'm confused. So yeah, but yeah, early on it was a wig, and then now it's my hair. But even then, like, I still wear the wig because when I do the Bong character, I'm older, so my hair is tinning, and so I keep the wig on top, so it's like a nice full set of hair, man. So yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. So with your Bone character is like, is there anybody that you're in like impersonating? Is like a family that influenced you, or what? Like, where did that come from?
So first and foremost, I'm gonna say my dad, but then I think like it's the stereotypical Filipino dad. Like my dad is probably like your guys' dad. My friend's dad is similar in nature. My wife's uncle, this is the origin of the hello. He was calling her and leaving like voicemails, and every voicemail starts with, hello. Hey, can you do it? Oh, and all the voicemails, or even in person, like when it's like the repeating of, Filipinos are known to repeat words like that.
Yeah,
even the
yeah,
nicknames,
yeah.
right? Like, yeah, it's not just one hello. It's not one hello. It's two hellos, or goodbye, or sige. Like, they're very repetitive in how they. I guess the culture is just all about repetition.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Did
But yeah, Bong is everybody's dad, uncle, neighbor, friend.
I think the funniest one, my very first video I seen was the Catcher Creek one where you're impersonating and doing all the slangs. Was hilarious.
Yeah.
So that was my intro into your character, yeah. And then from there, I was just like, man, this guy got hella content, man. This guy's hilarious. Like Raymond was saying a while ago, right before you got on, we were just going through your content. I was like, oh man, this guy's fucking hilarious, Doug. From the way that you bring out your character to your hairstyle and just the way that you brought things up. So from there, it's like, where do you see yourself going with this? Going forward.
Forward. I mean, now at this point, I'm still kind of like, I don't know where I'm going. Like ideally, I say this all the time to like family, and it's like, if I could be like a fucking like a Filipino Urkel, then if I'm down for that shit. Like if I could be, the character could be on its own iconic, then I'm down with that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I would like to make this something that I'm just doing to, not just pay the bills, but just my career, if it's possible.
Yeah.
But
I think it's very possible, man. If you just keep going at it and you believe in it, you manifest that thought, man. You got something going, man. Believe it or not, that shit is hilarious what you got going, man. I appreciate it.
No,
is the wifey riding with you with this whole thing? Because is she looking at you across the room? Was like, are you still doing this damn thing? It's like, what are you wearing right now?
It is more so like it's like hands off. Like she sees it, she knows what's going on, but
I can't even.
She's like, yeah, all right, you do. She's like, basically, you do you, man. Like whatever. That's what you want to do, then do that. Like I'm not involved. There's times where like, hey, can you hold the camera real quick? Because at one point I have a tripod. Hey, can you do this? Like, or like, I released I put out a video this week where like, actually was it yesterday? I don't know, but it was like, I was like, can you throw this piece of lettuce at me, because I can't throw it at myself. So, and she likes that type of shit.
Is it out right now? I haven't even seen that one yet.
Yeah. It was like I did one of them remix where like there was this this chick was on there she had a video where she was saying like it was like I'm eating a burger, but it's lettuce wrap. Wait, so she basically just
Oh
wrapped
yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
burger.
Yeah, I see how
Yeah,
you're
and then like yeah, and it's like I'm eating some French fries, but it's lettuce wrap. So my whole thing was like, I'm
Oh,
eating a
that one.
backpack, but it's lettuce wrap.
Let's wrap.
Yeah, and she's eating, and it was like Mario Tessa's gonna eat my finger, but it's gonna be lettuce wrap, and then she, yeah. So
Mary Tess. That's so funny,
Yeah.
man.
So it's
Yeah,
like
but
throughout, I was watching it quite a ways back, and it started getting. I noticed that you started getting a little lewder and lewder, and you started
yeah,
getting going
man.
in, and that's when you started separating yourself. You're like, I don't do it, and that's when it got funnier and funnier. So it definitely stuck. So were you getting some pushback a little bit on friends or relatives? It's like, hey, what is this all about, man? Calm down, boy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got auntie say to me.
Yeah. So yeah, that too. Like, so the same thing. Like my parents, I didn't tell them, and then people started telling them that I was making videos because, like, my mom. Well, definitely, all parents have Filipino parents. They're most likely on Facebook, so they're on. I do have a Facebook, but I don't really.
Nah.
I put the videos on there, but it's not. I don't push it as much. But
Mhm.
people were telling her that it's on Facebook, and then she was like, "What? How do I see that?" And then I got to explain to her, and so when she saw it, then she's like, she realized like, okay, you're doing these videos now. She's trying to catch up, and she tells me and my dad, they're like, oh, why you have a lot of grin joke? Your joke is green, and I was like, I think that in Philippines that's like bad like pastos, I think, but then my mom was like, oh. She's like, don't make your content so nasty. It's so you can, there's many people watching that. And then I was like, but mom, like the people
That's what
that
they like.
you'll be surprised how
Yeah.
yes, like
That's what they like.
even my wife was like, yeah, you probably get more views if you weren't so nasty. I was like, yeah, but the videos that are the nastiest get the most views. When I try to like be like G-rated and like clean about it, ain't nobody trying to watch that shit. They want to watch
man.
No, because it's
the
definitely
most.
what separates you from all the other guys. Because like I had mentioned earlier, it was like that you've got. I think I don't know if you're friends with, but Tito Ray.
Yeah, from
Like
Canada.
he's from the. Is he from
he's from
Canada? I
Canada?
thought he was.
Mhm.
Like so, and then
Tito
there's
Ray,
that other, I forget. Yeah, Tito Ray. I think it's like Tarka or something like that. But then
Yeah, yep.
so he does his thing. But then you can definitely tell the difference. You can definitely separate the both of you guys, and the content is much. I don't know. It's the edgier it is nowadays. It's like the more you're pushing the envelope. It's just I appreciate you taking that risk, bro, because it's very
Great.
entertaining.
Now,
Especially when you're with the homies watching it together. You're like, God damn, this fool said this.
the one that
No,
we
that's
But then
just
that's what I'm
watched,
saying. That's
it's hella funny, man. The banana time. Not right now, Mary Tess, your mom is still home. And then it was like the split
That's just
screen.
yeah. But then that's what I'm saying,
hella
right?
clever.
Like as a Filipino, like I'm not like obviously, well, not particularly my dad, but like I had an uncle that like my cousin's dad, like or even my friends that they would always tell you the most bustle shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
dude,
That's
you
your
like, yo,
favorite uncle.
that like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how young we are? You like talking about shit like that, like giving them, like this and shit. And, and you're supposed to be setting a good example, but now you over here telling me some like nasty shit. And it's hella funny. But at the same time, it's like,
hilarious.
so that's what I'm saying. There's people out there like, when I started doing this, like more and more people will tell you like their experiences. Like, that's my uncle. Like he's like the most perverted guy. He thinks he's not perverted. He doesn't think that anybody sees it, but we're all around him laughing at him because he's so obvious. And the shit that he says, he doesn't realize how fucking off the wall, like, nasty he is. But it's right in a room full of like kids, in a room full of women, in a room full of older ladies, and
You're absolutely
they don't
right.
give two shits. They don't give.
You're absolutely
two shits.
right.
Yeah, they don't. They
You're
just let that shit
absolutely
go. I was
right,
like,
bro.
shit. There's your uncle again.
'Cause
Like,
we
hell yeah,
can't-
I'm gonna go sit next to this dude. He's fucking funny as fuck.
Each culture,
Exactly.
like each colors, as far as like comedy is concerned, everybody's like, it's like you've got a lot of like comedians out there, especially when they're putting their stuff, they get as dirty as possible to get the most reactions and everything like that. And what's,
Yeah.
we us as Filipinos trying to create our content and putting ourselves out there. A lot of us, like, when you ask somebody, it's like, when they find out you're Filipino, it's like, oh man, you guys are the nicest people. You guys are always, giving food, and like, always so nice.
Yeah.
And like, we can be a little nasty too. We can be like this too.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
shit.
it's time to open that door a little bit, just to let people know. It's like, this is, we're not those guys, but we are, we're very respectful and God fearing, but at the same time,
Yeah.
so we are this too. So you're definitely putting us out there, and it's you're not telling any lies. You're opening, like,
Yeah.
you're actually, a lot of people are sitting there relating.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's
Yeah.
freaking Tito Boy, man.
Yeah.
He's
Hell
always
yeah,
telling-
Tito Boy. That is your Tito Boy. Every time, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with fucking Tito Boy right now. I know he got
Yeah.
one for me. He got
Yeah.
something for me. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see this nigga, man. He got something to
He
say.
Tito Boy, the Tito Boy will teach you everything that your parents won't teach you, right? Like
Yeah.
that type of shit. Like you learn from shit. Like, oh shit, my parents won't tell me that, but you'll
he's
know
always the
now.
one that's like, he's always gonna go, "Shh, shh, come here," and then he's gonna take you around the corner and say something that your dad's like, "Hey, don't tell your mom." Like,
Yeah.
"No, I will," but
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tito Boy,
But
Tito
then
Boy
you-
be like, hey, did you jackal before? It's like, what? What the fuck is jackal, bro?
yeah, see.
listen, bro.
And then I noticed. Go ahead.
No. Here's what I'm thinking. It's like, we our followers, and when I took a look at, like, our mutual followers and everything like that, I saw a gang of our followers actually follow you. So we wouldn't be doing them we would be doing them disservice if we didn't ask you to kind of hook us up a little bit with some bong. So I think we had discussed this a little bit earlier. If we can just take a little bit of your time, I know, and I want to be sensitive to your time. I know, you still got a family to take care of and everything like that. We're very, very blessed and thankful that you're even here with us, but we'd like to take a little bit of your time to have you address some of our questions as as the Mr. Bong Rabi.
Yeah,
So
It will
do you
be
need a
my
costume change?
pleasure.
Do you want to just run right in it? What you thinking?
just give me a few seconds. I'll just put my hat, not this hat, but in my glass,
Okay.
eyeglass.
Let me go ahead and let me pause real quick, and then give us a minute here. We'll be right back. We're gonna put you on pause.
And the last one is, I came here to do two things: hand out hard candy and blow some motherfucking dicks off. And I'm all out of hard candy.
I came here for two things, to suck some hard candy and suck some dicks. What was the line?
Hello. I'm here for two things: to suck on your panty and suck on some tits. Tit. Is it tit or tits? Neither? That's wrong? Okay, one more time. Isa pa. I'm here for two things: to wash your hard panty and jackal my dick off. Ay nako, this is bastos. Talagang tarantado. I'm here for two things: to suck on ice candy and suck your backpack. Is this like a hardcore phone or like a dominatrix bomba? I'm confused. Am I gonna suck her with the gun or my peño? I don't get it. It's weird. What kind of movie is this?
And we're back, and as promised, we are bringing on and Dennis. I don't know where he went, but I'm glad we're finally sitting down with the man himself. What's going on, Bong? How are you feeling?
Hello. I'm doing fine this evening. How are you doing, Ramon?
I'm good.
Eric,
Man, I've been looking forward to
Eric,
talking to you all
I
week.
think Eric is his microphone. I cannot. He's laughing, but I cannot hear it. His sound.
Oh, there you go.
There. There you go. Technical difficulty. Error.
Well, brother, we told Dennis that we were going to ask you a few questions. He decided to let us borrow you for a second, so we're just gonna, we're getting ready to round out your interview, but we had to hear from you, so we've got a few questions. A few of them really is just some news that's coming through and some general questions that we had. Is that okay? Can I ask you some questions?
That is fine for me. That is. I'm all game, as they say in the street. Is that what they say? Is that what they say?
That's what they're
Some-
saying. That's what they say.
So the first one, I know you've been asked in the previous show as far as Marvel, right? Marvel and the multiverses and everything like that. But what do you prefer? You prefer Marvel or DC? DC with Superman and and all them other guys.
To be honest to you, for you, in you, I start off a fan of like it's Superman. It's Superman, and that is the first thing I know. But that is more like the movies and like Batman. But as I got more familiar, the comic book, then yeah, I think I'm now it's more Marvel. Marvel blew the whole thing up with the MCU, and they do a
Mhm.
better job. But I still like DC. Like Superman is and Batman is the first superhero comic that I follow. But Marvel is killing the game right now. So I I prefer
Who's your
Marvel.
all-time
Um,
superhero? Who's
all-time superhero. I'm gonna go now. If I have, I'm gonna say Wolverine. Wolverine is he's just awesome, man.
how to
He
say
doesn't
Wolverine?
cut his. Wolverine, no, Wolverine have the long fingernail. It's like a get, yeah, but a long knife, and he cannot die. He's like what's the word? Invulnerable. In I don't know. He's in. You cannot kill him. He's made out of aluminum foil, adamantium on adamantium. He's good. He's the strongest guy, superhero.
All right, you gotta if you just
Yeah.
get. E,
But you,
come on, man, help me
what's the
out.
money? You don't like You don't like.
I'm sorry,
You don't
sir.
like Wolverine. You
I'm sorry,
don't
sir.
like
Yeah,
Wolverine.
man. Dude,
Wolverine is good.
the bone, man. My bad, bro. My
So
bad.
it's okay.
All right. All right, Bong.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah. So
being Filipino,
Wolverine.
right? So Wolverine it is,
Yeah.
right? All right.
Wolverine. Wolverine.
It's good.
Yeah.
So, next question is basketball related. So,
Okay.
all-time favorites. Who is your basketball goat?
Oh man, this is get for easy for me. Michael Jordan. I don't have to think too much about that. I think it might be the era that I fell in love with watching basketball. It's Michael Jordan. I'm gonna give you facts. Some people's gonna say Black Mamba, Kobe, R.I.P. But if you think about it, if there's no Michael Jordan, there's no Kobe. If there's no if it wasn't for Michael Jordan, there's no LeBron. So that's it. It's what is it? Period. Cancel. It's exclamation
I'm
point.
with you.
Michael
I'm with
Jordan.
you. I'm with you. Okay. So here's one that's brand new in the news. I know it's within the past couple days here. This is trending on Twitter right now and also in the socials. Will Smith's best friend. I don't know if you heard about this. Will Smith's best friend, I think, is brother Bilal, best friend and one of his homeboys back then. He was in an interview and he had mentioned that he walked in on Will Smith doing the canto with Dwayne Martin from one of the older. He's an older actor. I forget, he was in White Man Can't Jump and a few other TV shows. So what does
Yes,
what
he
does
was in.
Kuya Bong know about this?
What do I know about it? I don't know anything about contacting your friend that. Yeah, wait, no, he's not his friend.
That was
That is very that is Dwayne Martin is in the movie Above the Rim.
above the rim. No,
I
above the
think,
rim,
right?
and I think he was also a White
Tupac
Man
was
Can't
in
Jump.
there.
No, that's not him. Oh, wait. what's the
No,
other one?
that's no. Oh wait, what was he in
White
there?
Man
He
Can't Jump.
must.
He was on White Man Can't Jump.
This was
He
the
was
Tupac.
he was in there. He was with Wesley Snipes was in the Blade. He's in White Man. But Dwayne Martin, I think he was another character in the movie. But uh, what the hell? Wesley Snipes is the main guy, but yes. So going back to the
that was White
question,
Men
sorry
Can't Jump.
yeah, with Wesley Snipes, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Dwayne Martin. Yes. So what do you want to know about me? That is crazy to me. I believe it might be, it could be true. How do we know? You don't know. Will Smith is like, it's Will Smith. He's like, he's not out there. He's not out there, obviously. He's, I don't know. It could be, it could be true. I believe it could be true. Maybe he's like that. He
You
like
never
to
know,
do that
man.
type of thing. That is,
You never know.
some people I talked to are already about this say, no way, no way. But you don't know. You don't know. That is Will. If you think about it, it's Will Smith. He's such a big celebrity worldwide. So he tried to keep a lot of his life private. So you don't know what he do behind a closed door. Obviously now they're saying what he's doing
They're
behind the
talking
closed
about it
door,
now.
but the door was not closed.
It was not
Obviously.
closed
It was
enough.
open. He didn't lock the door there, and so I mean, hey, to each their own. If that's what Will Smith wanted to do, yeah, he didn't want to do that there. Then yeah, that's what he wanted to do. It's like it's almost that is literally might want to edit this because it's literally like a Man in Black.
Pow.
But there were black men.
I can't even.
That is,
He is the man. He was
That-
man. He was a man in black.
There was men in
Oh
black.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I
We gotta
don't know
move
if we
on. We
can-
gotta move
I don't
on.
know
We
if
gotta
we
move on. Will Smith, sorry,
All right,
Will.
yeah, that's
he's
it,
gonna-
guys. Sorry.
Hey, bro, my hand's gonna come
I
up
like
and
you,
slap you.
Yeah, I know. I like all
All right,
the
E.
movies, though, man.
What you got, E?
Man, that's hilarious, though. All right, going back to music this time. So, with everything coming around with music and things are getting popular in Korea, how do you feel about K-pop?
Man, K-pop, it's crazy to me. When I first hear a K-pop song, it's like, wait, are they speaking English or are they speaking Korean? Because their music is like the same beat, the same catchy tune. But then when they're singing, it sounds like it's English, but I don't understand the word. But hey, man, that's what they do there, right? It's like a factory of K-pop star. They got like a boot camp to make all the K-pop star.
Yeah, they do.
I personally, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with all the music, but there is, some song that I hear in the radio, and I'm like, oh, that is a very catchy tune. I don't know what they're saying because it's Korean, but it's sometimes it make me snap my finger and want to dance to it. But yeah, it's cool music. I wish I knew what they're saying. Uh-oh, what happened?
I don't know what happened. E. I think E just got attacked and assaulted by Will Smith. That's why you shouldn't talk about him. So he's he's on the side. All right.
I'm
so
sorry
I'm going to
again,
ask you pretty much our last question of the evening, and then we're going to let you run, man. But we can't let you off the hook until we ask you this question. How does Bong Robbie feel about Donald Trump?
Oh man, here we go again.
Here we go. We're gonna separate the
Yeah.
audience with this with this answer.
So I'm gonna try to be most because I probably already mess up with the what I said. I mean, Will Smith, my comment. So Donald Trump. All right, I'm gonna try to be politically correct. Donald Trump. I remember Donald Trump first from what is the show that is one? You're fired. What's that show?
Apprentice.
Help me out here. It's the Apprentice. So he's a good. He knows business, making money. politic. I don't follow too much politic. His politic stance, but his the guy is kind of crazy. He's a crazy guy, but he's very business minded. I would think, not to just, I would think he would be good as a president to help make the economy better. But the sometime when he talk, it's like, what the hell are you talking about? Why are you saying that? Do you know what you just said? It's like, I don't know, but I have to give him his prof because he's a businessman. He make money, and I thought, okay, you're crazy saying about other thing, but business. But I don't know. He's very tan, very orange.
I think that's the perfect description of him. You did very well walking that thin line, brother, and we really appreciate it. Listen, man, I don't know what to say. My abs are pretty much sore, and I'm gonna feel pretty good tomorrow. I'm gonna have to take a look at myself in the mirror. So I thank you for that, getting me in shape for this evening. And like I said, man, I don't know if you have any last things to say to Mr. Bong here, Mr. Dennis, but I myself am very thankful. Like I told you beforehand, before we even hopped on, whatever you got going on, we'll support you. Let us know if you got something going on, if you want to move forward with your, further your career with this particular, with this particular project, this persona that you're pursuing. If we can do anything to help out, Cold Rice Media is putting out additional channels in there, and I think eventually we are going to be putting on additional content too that would support what you've got. We'd love to work with you again, bro. We would love to work with you again. You're something special, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the offer. I appreciate the fact that you reached out to me to talk to me, and I just appreciate that you're doing what you're doing, and keep up the good work.
Thanks. You. We appreciate
Thanks,
you, man, brother.
Thanks, brother.
That's so dope, man. Yeah.
All right. So make sure everybody, we're gonna put Dennis's socials here. We're gonna share everything on there. And throughout this episode, you're obviously gonna be seeing a lot of the clips that we're gonna be popping in there. Dennis, I'm so glad that you were able to join us on the show. I'm so glad that we were able to keep you on as long as we can here. And let us know, bro. Let us know how we can help out further everything else. It's frozen.
Everything frozen.
It's frozen.
I think we should. It's like you guys are like
good.
Break strutting. You're like break dancing. I don't know. It might be my connection.
Okay. Well, Will Smith and Donald Trump is
but
Will Smith and Donald Trump are infiltrating our program because I think you might have tugged on a few strings there, bro. But we don't mind. We got your back. What's good behind your back, bro?
Peace, bro.
Peace.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.